Good morning, my dear students. As you know that your syllabus for first term exam is chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 and chapter 4. Here no need to go ahead. After exam we will proceed for chapter 5. Today once again I am giving you the short explanation about chapter 2, chemical change and chemical reactions. This chemical change or chemical reaction both are same. We are knowing it right from class 4, 5, 6 that chemical change is a permanent change in which new substances are formed. Here are some conditions. What are the conditions for a chemical change, for a chemical reactions? The first one is your close contact, means mixing. If we go back, we had seen and I have told you that if you keep sodium in one bottle, chlorine in another bottle. In one bottle it is chlorine and another one bottle it is this. It will never react. But if we mix it, it will form sodium chloride. So first condition is that they should come in physical contact, means they should be mixed. Then second is your solution. In some cases a chemical reaction occurs when the substances are mixed in either molten or solution state. I am not giving the example of this. I am giving you another example. Here is your calcium sulfate. When it is mixed with sodium hydroxide, this is solid, but this is liquid. It is in aqueous state. After reaction, it forms calcium hydroxide plus sodium sulfate. So some of the chemical reactions, they may occur in liquid or molten or aqueous state. Then third condition, some of the chemical, not all, some of the chemical reactions take place only when it is heated. If you will not heat it, it will not decompose. So if it is zinc carbonate, when it is heated, it will dissociate, it will decompose to form zinc oxide and carbon dioxide. Next one is this reaction you must keep in your mind. This will come many times in class this year, even in your class 10. So when lead nitrate is heated, it forms lead oxide, nitrogen dioxide and oxygen gas is evolved. Not all the reactions, but some reactions, some chemical reactions takes place in presence of light, means by the action of light, like photosynthesis or production of this hydrogen chloride gas. So those chemical reactions which takes place in the presence of light or by the action of light, such chemical reactions are called as your photochemical reaction or photolysis. Photochemical reactions or photolysis. So what is photochemical reactions or photolysis? The chemical reaction which takes place in presence of light or by the action of sunlight. These are the examples. See, if hydrogen and chlorine reacts in presence of sunlight, this reaction will be very vigorous. Now, this chlorine and water, when exposed, whenever it is exposed to sunlight, some bubbles of a gas are formed. That gas is nothing but oxygen. So not all the chemical reactions, but certain chemical reactions takes place in the presence of sunlight. Electricity. In the previous classes, I had told you not all the reactions, but some of the chemical reactions, when they are subjected to electricity, actually it happens like this. Here are two anodes. When they are attached with, these are the electrodes, this is your cell. When it is attached with, connected with a cell, and here if copper sulfate, calcium sulfate, anything, calcium sulfate, if it is kept here, when we pass electricity, this calcium sulfate is made up of two radicals. One is your basic radical, another one is your acid radical. So this metal will form positive ion, and this will form negative ion. This calcium ion will migrate here and it will be deposited here, while the sulfate ion is discharged here. So this calcium sulfate can be broken, can be dissociated when an electric current is passed. In the example, it is given sodium chloride. So similar things, here we have taken this. If we take sodium chloride, how sodium chloride is formed? Sodium has 281 electrons. After losing 1 electrons, it becomes positive ion. And chlorine, its configuration is 287. After gaining this electron, it becomes negative ion. So this positive ion plus negative ions combines, opposite charges attracts each other and it forms sodium chloride. Now this sodium chloride is united together, is held together with a force of attraction. Earlier, I am sure I had told you the force of attraction between two opposite charges is called electrostatic force. I will remember I had told you there are three types of force of attraction. One is your gravitational force of attraction. This is what? This is the force of attraction by which the earth attracts anything towards itself. Second one is your magnetic force of attraction. That is the force of attraction by which a piece of magnet, or there exists a force of attraction between the opposite poles of magnets. Here is your electrostatic force of attraction between two opposite charges. So when this sodium chloride is mixed in water, it will get dissolved. This is your electrode. This is, if it is added with positive terminal, it will be called anode, and if it is added with negative terminal, it will be called as cathode. So after dissolving, this force of attraction, this electrostatic force of attraction becomes weak, and they get separated. They get separated means they are dissociated in form of sodium and chloride ion. Now this sodium ion migrates towards cathode and get deposited. How they are deposited or how they are neutralized, we will see in next class. In next class means in class 10. Actually, in short, I am telling you, this is the reservoir. This is the reservoir. This is sodium ion. It comes here at cathode. At cathode, this sodium ion gains electron and becomes neutral. This one is the king electrode. Whatsoever you have gained, how this chloride ion has formed, by gaining one electron. So at anode, this chloride ion will lose electron and becomes neutral chlorine. So anyway, some reactions takes place when electric current is passed. Some reactions takes place under high pressure. For example, this one I had given you. If you can see the this video once again, when nitrogen and hydrogen is reacted or heated at a temperature of 450 degrees Celsius under a pressure of 200 to 900 atmospheric pressure, ammonia gas is formed. Another one is your catalyst. Catalyst is nothing. It is a chemical substance. It is a chemical substance which is added in a chemical reactions, either to increase or decrease the rate of chemical reactions. But this substance, means catalyst, they do not take part in chemical reactions. Only it increases or decreases. So a chemical substance, what is catalyst? The chemical substance which increases or decreases the rate of chemical reactions but does not take part in the chemical reaction. They remains unchanged. Some chemical reactions need a catalyst either to speed up, accelerate, or to step down, means decelerate the rate of reaction at which they occur. The catalyst, they do not take part in chemical reactions. They remains unchanged. Here are the examples. Potassium chlorate decomposes at 700 degrees Celsius. This potassium chlorate, KClO3, it breaks down to form potassium chloride and oxygen at 700 degrees Celsius. But if it is MnO2, manganese dioxide, is added, it will decompose. It will dissociate at 300 degrees Celsius. Likewise, this one is also. Now, there are two types of chemical reactions. Not chemical reactions, sorry for my words. There are two types of catalyst. One is your positive catalyst. Another one is your negative catalyst. The catalyst which speeds up a chemical reaction, the catalyst which accelerates the chemical reaction, is called your positive catalyst, like this one. Why this one? Here we had seen the reaction which was taking place at 700 degrees Celsius, it has accelerated. This same manganese dioxide has accelerated the rate of reactions. So instead of getting 700, the reaction took place only at 300 degrees Celsius. And the catalyst which slow down the rate of reactions, which retard the rate of reaction, they are called negative catalyst, like phosphoric acid, hydrogen peroxide. This one, H2O2, it is called hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide itself also acts as negative catalyst. Another one is promoter. Promoter is what? It is something like catalyst. As the catalyst do not take, it is not a catalyst but acts something like a catalyst. How? Just like catalysts do not take part in chemical reactions, they remain unchanged. Likewise, promoters also do not take part in chemical reactions, they remain unchanged. Here, we heat at this temperature, at this atmospheric pressure. We use powdered iron. This iron should be powdered. So this is used as catalyst which increases the rate of reaction. Now here is your molybdenum. Molybdenum acts as promoter. This has to do nothing with chemical reaction. It increases the efficiency of catalyst and do not take part. It does not take part in chemical reactions. That's why I told you that promoter is not a catalyst, but it acts as something like catalyst. It increases the efficiency, it increases the power of the catalyst. So substance that influence the rate of chemical reaction by improving the efficiency of catalyst are called promoters. So it is very clear, it is not catalyst. It does not directly influence the rate of chemical reaction, but it affects the efficiency of catalyst, and catalyst affects the rate of reaction. So my dear, this is for today. We will see the another topic. Now I am not going that from after this topic I will continue the next topic. It will not be so. Whatsoever I will think important, which will be important for future in class 10 also, that much I will do the revision. See you, all the best. Goodbye.